So Moon Knight finally came out, and I just kind of wanted to make a video about talking about it and kind of giving a review, kind of. And so when Moon Knight was first announced, I was super excited for it because I never really heard of the character before. So I looked into it a little bit and saw that he had the dissociative identity disorder, and that was super interesting because Marvel hasn't done anything, or the MCU hasn't done anything like that before. And I thought that was just something new and fresh. And Marvel usually does really good work. I mean, you could say the Dark World or whatever you don't like, but pretty much I've liked them all. And seeing them that they're doing something else or something newer, something fresh, not just like the typical superhero movie or show, I was super excited for it. So as far as the first episode, how I liked it, I thought it was very good. It started like the start of it was so eerie, so weird that Arthur, him taking the glass and smashing it and filling it in his shoes and then walking it, I was like, what the heck? And then hearing the crunch, it was just like, ugh, it made me cringe. It was just like, I don't know, it was just weird. I don't know, like he's kind of a strange character, like as we've seen through the episode. He's got to be the villain or the bad guy, and just him walking with glass in his shoes is like it's just so weird. But then when we jump to Steven with his like him laying in bed and he's got his ankle tied up on the bedpost or whatever, and then sand around his bed. It just opened, like the show just opened so mysterious and like kind of confusing. And as the show went on, when Steven was going through his day or whatever, his life, him being super tired, him calling his mom, stuff like that, it was just all mysterious. And then the lady coming up to him and asking for the dinner date or talking about that. It was just all confused, and he was kind of confused, which left the audience wondering and confused at the same time. And I think that's what was like is going to be really interesting about this show, is just uncovering all of the questions and that the first episode even just laid out, but who knows what the rest will do. And then when the episode started picking up, when he like finally falls asleep and he wakes up with his like jaw broken and stuff, and you're just like, what the heck? And then how his like, it's almost like what he's seeing is kind of like could be fake or whatever, because when he first woke up from like that falling off the cliff or whatever he did, he looked like around and there was really nothing there. And then that one creature thing, Gonshu, I think his name was coming. And then he looked around and it's gone, and there's a building which he thinks like are some friendly people, but then they start shooting at him and stuff, and so he runs. It's just so mysterious. And then like later on when we see Arthur again, and Steven's blending in through the crowd, and he's like judging like those like people, and the one guy was good, so he let him live, and then the one old lady was bad, and so she killed him. I was like, what the heck? And so even he was like, you're like confused like Steven is, watching it. And then it's so weird when he gets recognized and whatever, and then he like just dozes off or whatever and just wakes up after like killing some people and getting that one stone back. It was so strange. And then like with the car chase and stuff, it happened like I don't know how many more times it happened, but it kept happening. And I've never seen like I haven't watched like a ton of movies or whatever, but I've never seen that where like someone dozes off and they wake up. I thought it was unique, like you never seen before. But that car chase scene though was kind of weird. It took me out. The CGI on that car chase scene kind of took me out. I mean, it was just, I don't know, it was just kind of distracting. It wasn't the best. Like, it was just kind of like, it felt like low budget or whatever. Like, maybe they like had to, like, they have a certain budget on the show, and they could only like do so much on that scene or whatsoever. But it was just weird when I was watching it. It kind of just took me out of it a little bit. I think that was like my biggest complaint about the show, like the first episode, was that it just looked weird. Like the cupcake falling off the the car or the logs coming. It just looks so weird. And then like after that, you continue with the story. And I can't remember what happened after, but I remember the steak thing when he goes to have that dinner, and the one lady never shows up, and then he finally calls her, and she says like she's all mad at him, and it's Sunday, and he's like, "What? It can't be Sunday." And then the waiter says it was Sunday, and he's just like he just must have slept through it or whatever. But like as the audience knows, it's his different identity or whatever. And I just thought that was kind of eerie too. And then when he did that one like thing again, he wakes up again, and Arthur's following him again. And you're just like, what the heck? And you see that one bird thing, Concho, I think his name, disappear or show up and then disappear on the bus. And then like at the end when he goes into the museum, Arthur shows up again and whatever, and then stuff goes on. And then at like that the later end when he turns, like he has that monster chasing him. And I found it funny when he hit the that little vase thing. He grabs it and puts it back on the mantle. Just like, I don't know. It's just funny to me. Like he was running for his life and he takes time just to make sure something doesn't break, even though that monster is just breaking everything. But then, like in the bathroom scene was crazy. Like seeing all the reflections of Steven or whatever, just his different personas you could take it as. And then having his other identity named Mark, I think it was, like looking and talking to him and saying, "Hey, I can save you, whatever." And then him just like freaking out. And then he finally looks at Mark, and then Mark takes over or whatever. So I guess Mark is Moon Knight too. I don't know. But, and then we see that like sink fly by, and then you just cut to Moon Knight just beating that monster up. And he's one of the coolest looking Marvel characters, in my opinion, or in the MCU, because it's just his like, he's like kind of, his suit's like mummified, kind of like he has like the wraps on him, and then with his hood and the crescent on his like chest and his white eyes, it just looks super cool. It's almost like a ninja look, but not really a ninja. It's just like, it's like a ninja mixed with a mummy, mixed with like, I don't know, it just looks super cool. They nailed it, the costume design on it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, there's probably stuff I missed in the talking about, but I just thought the episode was really good, and I thought Oscar Isaacson, the actor, played super well, and it's probably super fun for him and kind of challenging playing one character, but basically playing a bunch of characters as one character, kind of. I think that's just super challenging for him, but he's killing it. Like just with Steven, who knows, like in the future if we're gonna have this like, or how many he has, different identities he has, and if we're like one episode we stay on Steven like we did in the first episode, and then another episode we jump to a different personality he has, or if we're just gonna stick with Steven and kind of do what we did in the first episode, kind of you just get his perspective. But that's pretty much all I got for this video. I think it's going to be good. I mean, I'm excited for it was a good first episode. They can't show everything or whatever, and they have to explain the character a little bit. And I think if it just keeps like this mysterious vibe going, and has this like the audience or just questioning, I think it'll be really good. I honestly think, I don't know how they're gonna, I don't know where it's gonna go, honestly. We know Arthur's like the bad guy, whatever, and what he's gonna do. And Arthur, it kind of seemed like at the end of the video, Arthur was like, is he, because that what are the other identity of Stevens is kind of messing up Arthur's plans with that stone or rock thingy. But after like him doing the one check on Steven, and seeing like it never settled, and he's like, you have chaos in you or whatever, it's weird. It's like, is he gonna like try to like team up with him or whatever, or is he just gonna be a bad guy just trying to like just get rid of Steven or whatever, which is probably what's gonna happen. But it's just like, well, then it's just, there's just a lot of questions like what's gonna happen, like I have, like what's gonna happen with the rest of the show. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This video probably sucked, but whatever. No one watches it. All right, peace.